Yo, what up, friends?
On to baseball then, and you actually had somewhere we were going to go anyways. The Yankees.
He's waiting to hijack the show. Look at him.
I know.
Look, a little hyena.
This was actually stupid. This was actually submitted by Clever D as well, but he wanted to ask about your Orioles versus Yankees. So how do you feel about your Orioles this year? And do you have a chance to overtake the Yankees? Hot take, Jake.
No. Overtake we are the division champions. We're not overtaking anybody.
Well, okay.
We're not overtaking.
Got a fact.
We're the division champions, right? So they're not overtaking. All right. Right? I feel fine. I'd feel a lot better if 4 of our starting 5 weren't on the IL right now, but we're still in first place in September, bringing a mash unit out there trying to win. Both of those teams, they're incredibly imperfect. Yeah, every team is incredibly imperfect. I don't think there's going to be a team that's going to win 100 games. It's so strange.
What about lose 100 games?
Well, I think that one. But yeah, but I mean, there's just this blob of imperfect teams that are going to make the playoffs, and I think it's going to really just be a crapshoot who gets hot at the right time. I mean, you saw 2 wildcard teams last year. I think anybody that makes it in has the same amount of shot as the other team. I mean, the hottest team right now is Houston, and they've got like 15 wins less than Baltimore and the Yankees. So, and I don't think there's anyone that's going to say that Baltimore or the Yankees are better than Houston right now. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a wild offseason. It's going to be flip a coin, roll some dice, see who's going to win.
Yeah, I agree with you because I actually read a stat earlier this year. We're probably going to have 300 lost teams with obviously the White Sox, the Marlins, and I forget who the other team was. But that we probably won't have any 100-win teams at all. So you're right about that. So then let's go dive a little bit further into the AL East here, and let's get to a couple players that are really important, and then we'll get back to your World Series prediction at the end. But Shohei Ohtani is going for 50 club, 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases, would be the first person ever to even get 45-45. He's actually the first person to get 43-43, which he just did the other day. Now he has 45 home runs and 43 stolen bases. Most likely he is going to hit that 50-50 mark. What do you think about that? And then also I want you to juxtapose that versus Aaron Judge, who is still on pace to break his record from last year of 62 with 63 home runs. So go ahead and give us a little comparison. And obviously it's not going to be all comparison, but tell us how you feel about these players and what they do.
It's incredible what Ohtani's doing. He's doing something that's never been done before. And Aaron Judge is having one of the best seasons you, me, anyone has ever seen in the history of the game. But if you're looking at just what he's doing with the home runs, how many 6 players have 60 home runs? 5 players have hit 60 home runs? No one 50-50. It's never happened. So while I think Judge's season overall is a better statistical season, I'd rather have a guy putting up Aaron Judge's numbers than someone putting up Ohtani's numbers. But it's very impressive. But Ohtani going 50-50 it's never been done before.
Yeah.
A 1 of 1. It's incredible. Every year, just when you think, oh, he can't be a unicorn this year because he's not pitching, hey, it's cool. I'll just go out there, go 50-50 this year. I'll be back next year pitching. We'll just get that 50-50 this year.
Clever D?
I 100% agree with Mike. You know, it's kind of like, Westbrook when he kind of almost did the Oscar Robertson with the triple-double. You know, something you don't see, something that's obviously the triple double was average for a season was done. But, in our lifetime, we never seen anything like that. And what Ohtani's doing,
right?
Who knows the next time we'll see something like this. And he's not even pitching, like Mike said. So I lean towards him because that's phenomenal. You got to tip your hat to that.
He's so exciting, man. He's so fast. And it's not just the stolen bases. It's taking a single and turning it into a double, taking a double and turning it into a triple. Taking a shallow sacrifice fly and stealing a base off of it, like grabbing third base off of it. It really is very impressive the way the guy plays. It's not just, stat hoarding like what Russell Westbrook was doing. He was just hoarding stats. This guy's not doing this. He's helping his team win games because that lineup is flawed. even though it has 3-4 Hall of Famers in it, they need him. They need him to be doing what he's doing.
Yeah, Flo says, I hope he gets to 60-60, makes a record that never be broken. That's not going to happen. He doesn't have enough time. I don't even think he could get that hot.
Man,
Yeah, I mean,
don't test him. Don't test him.
I mean, 15 home runs in 1 month is very. I don't even think that's ever been done. But hey,
if you're playing the show, you could do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't forget he missed some time at the beginning of the season too.
Yeah.
So maybe not on the table this year, but next year, who knows?
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
And and you're right. Just both of what you said. The sheer magnitude of this accomplishment that he is about to create. You said tip of the hat. I do have to give a tip of my Mets cap though to Francisco Lindor. People are saying he's in the MVP race. I got to tell y'all guys, he's my favorite player in the whole league, but there is no race. It is Ohtani and nothing else. Okay, 50-50 is something that has never been done or even comprehended before. And when you see something that special, as I told my pops the other day, yeah, we love Lindor, but there's no chance whatsoever because this is something so spectacular that it's just unfathomable.
It's like an Olympic sprinter racing a very fast NFL wide receiver.
Yeah,
bring it full circle, baby. I love it. Oh, bringing it all full circle. I like it. That's some comedy. You've been watching Baja Malavea at his stand-ups, huh? Shout out. All right.
Shout out to man Bajo.
Let's get into a little bit of misery here. Someone on this panel, their team has 11 losses to go, 12 to go, to break the record. And I would also like to say that would get my Mets off the hook from the 62 lovable losers of 120 losses. The Chicago White Sox, clever D's, are 31-109. Mike, they still have 27 games.
No.
Okay, all right.
Mike don't even talk. Let me get in character.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, the White Sox are taking a year off. All right, we don't need to win this year. You ever practice on not winning? Okay, that's what we're trying to do. And unfortunately, we're ahead right now. On the Orioles, I believe. It's in the eighth inning. I believe we're up right now. But we'll mark my words. We will lose this game. We will find a way to lose this game. Okay, and it's not like Bryce Harper or some other young gun is going to be the number 1 pick next year. No, we're going to lose. And it's going to be Johnny Sandwiches working at Mike Subs, saying he's going to be the guy we're going to draft, all right? And then we're going to trade everybody away. We're going to trade Luis Robert. He's going to be traded, just like we did Dylan Cease and everybody else. But the White Sox are losing on purpose. We want to set the record for failure.
Deion, it won't help either because the best draft pick you guys can get is 10 next year. It's the best place you could pick in the draft.
He didn't know that, I don't think. He didn't. It's because of luxury tax. It's because
they changed some rules to where you can only pick in the top. You can't pick in the top 5. I think it's 2 years in a row. And you guys,
the White Sox are moving down to I believe they're coming to Virginia because the Prince William Cannons moved to Fredericksburg. So the Cannon Stadium is open right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they might move there.
Woodbridge White Sox.
The Cannon Stadium.
Yes. The Cannon Stadium is open.
Little alliteration there. I like it.
The homie Cleveland be playing softball out there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we might do that.
I love that.
All right, I'm back.
That is tremendous. I love that you had that shirt ready. That is great. Great TV work, my friend.
I'm not going to lie. It made me sweat a little bit when I saw Debo. I still kind of
rest in peace.
Debo and Darth Vader.
Give me that chain.
That team is. I've watched the last 2 games of them playing, and man, it brought back some PTSD of some really bad 100-loss Orioles teams for me.
Oh,
yeah, be on HCS.
It was it's a lot of guys that should probably be in like AA, AAA. Just a lot of guys that don't belong in the majors and
Luis Robert and Elio Jimenez. I mean, it's just.
Yep.
It was sad. I actually felt really bad for Deion the other night when they lost that game in the ninth inning when they all three of them ran into each other in the outfield, and it looked like some bad news Bears type shit. I was like,
it's like the Suns. Like the Suns set the. I know they set the record, but so many fourth quarter collapses. You know what I'm saying? The Suns did the same thing in the NBA, and I'm like, oh, they're in the playoffs. What do you think they're gonna do? Lose? I'm not dumb. I've seen this stuff before. Come on now. It's it's all good. It happens. Sports.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a mailbag question for Mr. Wheby here, and this actually comes from Beantown. Pause. Pierce for Tatum Hard is the screen name. I guess that's the playoff of the Cam and Mace episode last week, where Pierce made the unfortunate mistake of saying that and getting caught on it. But they ask, Rich Hill was signed by the Boston Red Sox and brought up to their major league roster. He is a 44-year-old relief pitcher. Mr. Wheby, how would you feel being called up to the majors to pitch as a relief pitcher at that age?
Please refer to this king by his real name, which is Dick Mountain. Okay, so Dick Mountain makes his way back to the MLB.
Yo,
44 for him. Good for him. I think I've got maybe a good one batter left in the shoulder.
Mountain.
I think I could top out at about 62 these days. So I think that's a little slower than batting practice. So I think I could get a batter out of there before I blow the shoulder out. Yeah, okay. Good for him. It keeps doing what he wants to do. I wish I could keep playing baseball competitively. I mean, the guy's out there throwing 84-mile-an-hour fastballs, and good for him. Jamie Moyer 2.0. Go get him, man. I root for the guy.
Like daily golfing, he's still hitting bombs.
Yep.
Clever D, what do you think on that, Deion?
I missed the question. What were we talking about?
It's an old guy pitching, and honestly, this brings up a good story. In Charlotte, we went to the minor leagues and we did a pitching cage, and we won't say who pitched under 50. I won't call their
video.
One of us pitched under 50. Me, I was at 60, so I was right around where you were, Mike. There, around 60ish. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that.
I'll post a video.
Mid 50s. I was mid 50s. I was mid 50s. Okay.
Well, I think I know what we're doing next time we all see each other as well.
Yeah, I got the footage. I got all that footage.
That's tremendous. Yeah, we need to go to a Tides game and hit the pitching cage. I like that idea. That's funny. And you know what? You said his name, and I remembered his name was Rich Hill, and so I finally got the Dick Mountain joke. But yeah, anyways, Rich over the hill. Let's go. All right.
It's fault they don't let the players put their names on the jerseys during Players Weekend now, because he put Dick Mountain on the back of his jersey, and they said, okay, the players don't get to put nicknames on the back of the jerseys anymore.
Was he the one that got that taken away? Oh,
he put Dick Mountain on the back of his jersey.
Respect.
That is mad respect.
Yeah,
that's great. All right, so before we move on to a couple other topics, before we get out of here, your World Series picks, my friend, and we'll go around the horn.
Yeah, National League, I think the best team. Everyone's so injured. That's the problem. Is just who's going to stay healthy. Like the best team I've seen is the Phillies. Right, they're the most complete team I've seen. They can hit for power. They can hit for average. They can play defense. They got a bullpen. They've got immaculate starting pitching. So I think I'd take the Phillies over the Dodgers in the National League. The American League, I just can't tell all of these teams that are going to make the playoffs. They're all flawed. Houston is probably playing the best right now, but they've got one starting pitcher. The same with Baltimore. They've got two starting pitchers, and it just no one in the American League is, I think, strong enough to even flip a coin. It doesn't matter. I'll pick Baltimore because I'm wearing the hat, and that's my team. So Baltimore, Philly, World Series, I-95 corridor.
I think I swear I this is what I said last year, and I thought you guys were going to go. I was going to go with Baltimore and Philly, and I have Philly winning because I think they're going to get over the hump. Because that's why I said last year I'm sticking to it this year. I'm thinking Philly and Baltimore.
Okay. I would agree with the Phillies if this was earlier in the year. They are the most complete team, as Wheby said, but they have been dealing with some slumping lately. And since the All-Star break, they're actually right at 500. So they're really going to have to step it up and get some momentum to be able to go through. So I'm going to go away from them. I'm going to go with the trendiest pick, I guess, which I don't want to do, but I'm sorry. When you have a lineup with Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman, and they're starting to get all their pitchers back healthy now. Kershaw may be back soon. They got Walker Buehler, hopefully is out of his slump. So they got a good rotation. They got the bullpen, all that. I'm going to go with the Dodgers in the NL. And then in the AL, I wanted to go with the Orioles, but I still think they're just a year too early. Now they are getting healthy at the right time. Them too. They're starting to get all their pitchers back. I think Anthony Santander is back, or maybe back soon. So getting all of their players healthy at the right time is good for them, and they have been playing well all year. So for me, it's really a toss-up between them and the Yankees. I hate the Yankees so much. I hate the Yankees. I want to go with the Orioles, but I can't. That lineup is like, I mean, even if Stanton could get hot for a couple games, all you need is three pitchers. You got Cole. They got the rookie Luis Gill, even though he's been slumping lately. They've got enough pitching. I'm going to go Yankees, Dodgers. I hate doing that because it's so trendy and stupid. But
it's just cliche, That's why, like Yankee fans. Oh, I'm a Yankees fan. You live in Alaska. Shut the hell up. Like, what are you talking about?
Believe me, it makes me sad to do that because you know how much I hate the Yankees being a Mets fan.
Mets hat. You're wearing a Mets hat too. That's like,
Yeah, that you know what? I'm switching my pick. I'm going to make it 3 for 3. Let's go O's. Let's go O's.
Yeah, you make it up for not giving Brandon that Barry Bonds 700 home run ball too.
Look, I would have.
Was it 700? What ball was that? What was it? 700?
It was his 500th career home run as a Giant. And it was flying to me in the outfield. I was running over. I was going to catch it. And this guy reached in front of me with a hat and took it away. I didn't know what ball it was, so I was just going to give it to Brandon anyways, our friend Brandon, who's a Barry Bonds fan. Turns out it was the 500th career home run he hit as a Giant and made that guy, I guess, a little bit.
You can see Omar's hat on Sports Center. Like, like look at that Omar.
I was like, no. I was like in perfect position. It was so horrible.
And I don't want to call nobody out in case they want to, hunt somebody down. But someone did go to Cal Ripken's last game and go home with that chair. I'm not naming names. I don't know who would do that, such a thing. But he was able to walk out with the chair he sat in.
That's tremendous. One more thing to make us all feel old before we move on to a little bit of football before we get out of here. I just read a story the other day. Darren Baker called up by the Nationals. Do you remember who Darren Baker is? Darren Baker is the son who was picked up at home plate by JT Snow after Barry Bonds hit that double or whatever it was.
A little kid. He was like,
does that make you feel old?
Yeah.
Does that make you feel old now? He's in the major leagues now.
I mean, I feel old. I woke up today, so I mean, it's all.